have you ever heard that song?
No.
I played it at a few jingle balls when you were an itty bitty baby, but I don't think you've ever heard it. It's 365 Days, and it's off of my CD produced by Larry Mitchell, 365 Days. That one. Good placement, Dad.
Thank you.
You were ready.
Oh, look at that. I'm on camera now.
Hey, Skylar. What episode is it, girl? Woo, woo,
Oh.
woo.
The other way around.
That's how we're feeling.
32.
That is how we're feeling. Woo! 32, episode 32. We're happy to be here with you. Let's talk about that song. So, I have some new things that I've been saving. I haven't played yet. I've got about 3 new songs that I actually haven't played yet, even though we're on episode 32. And I don't know why I've been saving them. They just weren't. I just haven't played them yet. And I was thinking about doing one of them tonight, but I went with an old song because, oh my gosh, I realized as I was thinking about that song, just came into my mind today, and I was thinking that is a lot like how some of us have been feeling right now, right? So the song was written because I was going through sort of a dark period in my life that I actually had a nightmare about last night. So bizarre. That's why I was thinking about the song, I think. But you know, it took me a full year to process what had happened, and the beginning of the end was in November on Thanksgiving. And when I came full circle, 365 days, and got to the next Thanksgiving and then eventually Christmas, I realized that I had lived so much in that year, and I had come out of something dark, and it gave birth to something light. And so there was the whole passing of, you know, the months and the time that kind of like slowly moved on. It marched on. And anyway, I was thinking that a lot of us are feeling that way right now, and no, it hasn't been 365 days. And for those of us that are healthy and that are okay, and that really it's just the stay-at-home part that's a little bit difficult. It's nothing compared to the loss of life, but it still feels different than what we're used to. So that song was really resonating with me today, and that's why I thought I would play it for y'all today. And so here we are. We come to you every night to build community, to reach out to my friends, to say hi, to tell you I love you, to make sure everyone's okay, to give information, and quite frankly, it gives us something to do. And now that we've done a couple of these under our belt, we have occasionally some pre-recorded segments, we have theme nights, we have interviews, we have dress-ups, we have segments that Skylar does, there's been cooking on this show, I don't know. Woo! So they keep us busy, and it's a really nice distraction. Hey, who's on? Hi, Seth, nice to see you. Larry, I just gave you a shout out. Oh, I love that song. I love the heartbeat at the beginning of that song, Larry. Have I ever told you that? It's a no, that's not really a heartbeat, but it's a okay, whatever. It's a heartbeat.
You like the sound in the beginning.
Go listen to the track. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Dawn. Everyone says, okay, I've been getting a little grief from the audience that I say the same names. It's because they're the first people that pop on. Then my computer freezes and I can no longer see the names. So the reason I say hi to the same people every night is because you're the first ones on. So, you know, it pays to be on time. No, I'm just kidding. We're not on time. We were like at 6:03 tonight.
That's right.
We have a great show planned for you. Let me get to the stuff that we do real fast before we get to our amazing guests. So, we had school today. Oh, it was light school day here. It was a half day. It was a half day today, right? It was light. And dinner last night, we've got to tell you, we grilled. We grilled some teriyaki chicken, right? And we had rice.
Kebabs.
So one of the things that this, has taught us, Nana used to always say, eat all the leftovers, it'll be a clear day tomorrow. It wasn't all that clear in New Jersey. I don't know, it rained a lot after she said that, but eat your leftovers. So we're just being creative and using everything we have in the fridge, right? Because we're trying to do very limited store runs. I'm sure you guys are doing the same thing. So what else? And then we're planning, big week ahead, including Saturday night is kids night. What? Kids night? That's the reaction I need. Skylar, you did your makeup today.
It is. It's
So Donna, are you on? Are you calling in tomorrow? Because we're gonna. No, she's giving me a look. It's a good look too. You look beautiful. You always look beautiful, and I love that you're playing. Listen, she's bored too, so she's playing with makeup and with it's. You always look great. Hi Jenny. Okay, so what else? School, short day school. Planning kids show on Saturday. Yeah, which kids show. The theme is kids. Kids perform. It's by kids, for kids, with kids, and we have some fun stuff planned. So you got to watch that. When is it? 6:00 on Wednesday, Saturday, same time every night, every night. Also, what do I want to tell you? Our poetry night was wonderful last night. Thanks for checking in. Thanks to our beautiful poets. So nice. I'm behind on my recap. I know that. I'm very behind on my recap. It's because I'm trying to put a lot in and I'm trying to find a really cool way to do it. And Andrew's very busy, so he hasn't done my highlight reel yet. So, you should see that look. So I'm trying to find a clever way to do it, but I will get my recap reel or whatever it is, blog thing soon, so that you can go back and look over the nights that you missed. I've already had a few people email me and say, hey, I missed like the end of episode like 25. How does it end? What happens? Well, it ends the same way all the time. We say goodnight and then we go downstairs and have some dinner. Who else is on? Hi. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Jennifer Worth. Hi, Colin. Do you see anyone on there that I don't? I'm going to share this now on my other page. If you're watching along at home and you want people to watch what you're watching, you can very easily do a watch party. That's kind of a fun thing to do. So here we go. I'm sharing it to Randi Driscoll Music. Boom. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you this too. If you're able to, please log on to my YouTube channel and click the subscribe button because we're trying to find new and interesting ways to stream this. There's a lot of content. You can catch all of the episodes because Andrew's been really good about putting them all up. This is my cameraman, my husband, Andrew McGinnis, and Skylar Faith, my audience of one. You're so on it, girl. Okay. I have something exciting to say. Oh, and then, wait, first, and then tomorrow is Earth Day. And we are celebrating Earth Day with a really special show, 5 guests. It's a party up in here. No, it is a party. And we'll be doing really fun stuff. We have amazing guests. We have really fun things happening, fun surprises. So please tune in for that show if you can. And be earth friendly if you're not already earth friendly. Yeah, that's a good hashtag earth friendly. Something exciting happened today. I just got the email right before we went on air. There is an amazing dance company called the Attack Theater Company. Maybe it's the Attack Dance Company. I will check that. They're doing a series called the Cello Diaries, and I got asked to participate in this because Dave Egger, the cellist that you heard on maybe 2 weeks ago, several episodes ago, he's doing this amazing thing where it's a collaboration with vocalists and then cello and then dancers, and I knew I was going to be part of this. Yeah, it's awesome. Skylar's making a happy face. It's awesome. And I just really quickly got to look at a little bit of this beautiful video, so I'm going to post that tonight. I'm so thrilled to be a part of this, so thank you to everyone in that amazing company. And, like all of my guests have been saying, it's a pretty remarkable time. People are finding ways to do things. I mean, I've been wanting to collaborate again with Dave for like a really long time, and we just haven't been able to do it. Another Larry Mitchell shout out. Thanks for that intro. But during this time, you're able to sort of do some things that you might not have, and mostly people are being so creative and so clever with the way they're doing things. So it's just artists are amazing. And then that leads me to a shout out to all of the people on the front lines, all of the healthcare workers. We released a video a couple nights ago. I wrote a song with a wonderful guy, Tim McGarry out of Florida. And he, 23 years, EMT, right, and firefighter, and he had a friend of his go ahead and put these images of people on the front lines and the workers that are out there, especially in the medical field. And he took this track of this song that we had written and recorded like a year ago, and he put these beautiful images over it as sort of a love letter to the people on the front lines. So I posted that a few days ago. I will repost that. I didn't know he was doing that. It's really beautiful, very moving. So thank you to everyone out there who is fighting the good fight so that we can be safe. That's what's important, and I feel safe. Oh my goodness, more people on. Hi Patrick, nice to see you. All right, thanks everybody. Let's talk about my guest this evening. So I met this gal through, one more time, shout out to Larry Mitchell.
It's very Larry Mitchell heavy tonight.
It's very, it is. I've said this like millions of times on the show, so I know I'm repeating myself. But when you have a nice circle of people that you work with, then you just want to know the people in their circle, right? Your circle expands, and you get to meet great people. Larry has been a mentor to me and just a great friend, really fun, amazing musician and producer. He's done tons and tons and tons of my songs, produced them, played on them, gigged with me. We've played a lot of gigs together, all over the country actually. And so I know that he was working with Katie, and I was out visiting him, and he was performing one night, and I got to finally really see Katie kind of do her thing. and I just thought she was fantastic, and I really wanted to share her with you. So she's going to do something really cool, and we're going to show it to you right now, and then I'll tell you a little bit of the movie magic that we made happen to have this happen, and then we will chat with her. So give me 1 second. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Yep.
Just spacebar.
Just that?
Nope, just spacebar. Now move that.
Spacebar. Here we go.
But now move the cursor. Hold on. Technical.
You want to do it?
Yeah, because I don't want to see this whole thing the whole time. There we go.
Okay,
Now
spacebar.
Yep.
Okay,
Here
here's
we go.
Katie Martin.
Escape.
What do I do? Escape.
Yep.
Got it.
Now, red button. Close
Red
it
button.
out.
Boom.
Close it out. There you
Okay.
go. That's it.
Hey!
Woo!
Okay, so a couple things. You had to see Skylar Faith's face when she was doing all of that. That's why we did things a little bit differently today, because that was crazy, right? There was a lot going on. The guitars did a lot of sounds.
How?
I feel like that right there should be the commercial for Katie's music. Just how. So great. She's wonderful. She's lovely. And we're going to be talking to her in just a minute. And I'm so excited that so many of you, I wish she could see these messages of love. Maybe she'll see them afterwards if she goes on my page. That's the reason we do this live, by the way, is so that you can engage and so we can engage. It feels like we're in a room connecting with you. You know, it feels like we have sort of music back, intimate music back, and yet we sort of don't. So, Deb is on. Hi, Deb. Oh, I miss you too. Rochelle, hey. Hi, Wendy. Wendy's on. Wendy's so good. She's always doing her waving at me. Oh, someone's at the door. Okay, so I do that, right?
That's it.
That's all I do?
That's what we do. And then open it up.
Yay! And then you want me to do that? Hit that
No,
thing?
the 2 arrows up there.
The 2 arrows
Right
up there.
there,
Hold
yep.
on, honey. We're just making you bigger and then get rid of that, or just move
Yep,
it?
get rid of me.
I don't know how to.
You don't wanna-
Okay. Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm really good. That was so amazing. You, I was trying to read you some of the comments. So healing, so beautiful. Wow. You got just basically a look of awe from my 7-year-old who was like, "What's happening? What kind of crazy guitar is that?" We're all sort of experimenting and we're learning how to do this. So we actually pre-recorded this so that Katie could literally have all the bells and whistles happening. I wanted you to really be able to experience her that way, and so we tried it a little differently today, and I'm really glad it worked. So it's so good to see you. That was beautiful. Where are you calling us from today, friend?
I'm in Alabama. Actually, I'm down in Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah. And how are things there? How are you handling this time, and how are things where you are? Are people kind of, is it social isolation? Are people doing it? What's happening?
Well, I'm doing it, so I can't speak for everyone, so I don't know what they're doing out there, but I've been practicing it.
Good girl.
I've slept like maybe 2 times in the past month.
Oh, wow. Good girl. I know, and before that, you were on like this crazy traveling thing, right? Like you were traveling, you were out there. Wasn't that right before this was happening? Yeah, tell us what was happening right before you were forced to stay at home.
I spent a lot of last year on the road.
Yeah.
At least a lot in comparison to years before that. Like I'd come back and I'd work and do like my regular gigs around town for a couple months and then hit the road again. So I guess it's good that I got that time in then, because it might be a little bit before I get to do it again. But I went out to California and back to play a loop pedal festival, and then I saw you. I went the second time was to Jam.
Yeah, that's where we saw each other. That's where I got to see you, and actually the first time I think that I saw you really, really do your thing was Alabama, I think, and you're just so impressive, and I'm glad that I get to share you with my audience. And so have you found yourself writing a lot during this time, or practicing a lot, or a little of both, or a little of neither? What have you been doing with yourself in music during this time?
Well, okay, so when I was on the road doing that, one of the things I've been doing for the past 2 years is taking a lot of video footage and photo stuff so I can make these videos for the Hope album, which is the last one I did with Larry.
Yes.
So I've kind of used these past weeks to make myself actually start editing and making the videos. Because it's just been, I've just been going around taking video and not really ever sitting down to edit it. I've been doing the fun part. So I've used this time to start diving into all of that.
Yeah, well, it's smart that you did that. I mean, who knew that it was going to turn out this way, that you have all the footage and now you have the time to edit it. So that's amazing. Well, I'm really glad you could be here today, and I just love, I love you, and I love our circle that we're part of, and I'm grateful that Larry introduced us. I'm happy I got to see you on the road, but I'm really happy that I get to see you now to check in, to know that you're safe and you're well and you're smiling, and we really needed your music today. So I do this thing. I ask everyone the same 3 questions. I've been trying to do it on every episode that I remember to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you these 3 questions right now. You can take them as light as you want. You can have fun with them. You can take them serious, whatever you're feeling, okay? So the first question is, what do you feel has been sort of the hardest part of this social isolation for you? What's been the hardest part of this time?
Maybe the uncertainty, like I like to plan things, and right now with the way things are, it's like you can do some planning, but it's hard to really make any set plans right now. You really have to do each day and take each day as it comes. And I mean, I guess that makes you experience and enjoy the moments more.
Yes, yes. I love that perspective. This is why I do these questions, because everyone has such an interesting perspective. Yeah, I'm a planner too. I'm a total planner. And it's weird to look at my calendar now and be like, I don't know. It's just blank. I don't know. I just don't know. So that's super honest. Okay, so then what would you say for you, understanding, God willing, of course, you're healthy and we're okay and we're safe. What has been the silver lining or like the upside of this time?
Well, getting to slow down, and it's kind of forced me to find what speed I think I probably should be going at. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like I'm working on stuff and I don't feel like I have to go as fast as I normally would be like, well, I have these few days to work on this art and then I gotta go back and do my other work for a while. So it's been a mixture of, finding that, what would that be called? It's been a mixture of finding that balance or whatever. And then also I came down here to, like, I'm at my parents'.
Yeah.
And so I was the past month with them, and that's been really nice.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, that connection.
I've been on the road so much past year, it's been nice just to be here.
I bet they're glad.
Family time.
Yeah, I bet they're glad that you slowed down a little for them. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so then the last question is what, my friend, have you learned? What would you say you've learned? Or like right now, what would you take away from this experience? What have you learned?
That there's, when you take money out of the equation, like working for money, it's finding what things you actually are important. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like getting to spend time on certain stuff, and like I feel like when it comes back on the other side of this, for at least some people, people's priorities are going to be a little bit different.
Yes.
Like we definitely are all going to be looking to get back into work and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But having some time where like you can't even really make work a focus, because I mean for some people you can. For some people they're working right now and working hard, and like they're doing what they're doing.
Right.
And that's
Yeah, I hear you.
If you were in the situation, I mean, that's a lot to be having to do right now.
I totally hear you. And I do think it puts things in perspective when you do things, out of love and out of need or want, as opposed to chasing a dollar. And we always say that we understand we're in a very specific, musicians. We're in a different kind of, community. we definitely, but no, I totally. This is why I love these questions. It's a really interesting perspective, and I'm glad that you get to spend some time focusing on what you love, and putting the editing that you're doing, and the music and making music. And I'm so happy to see you. And I knew I was going to feel better when I saw your smiling face. So I'm really glad that you're here. Tell me real fast so I can let my friends know where we can find your music. Like and what links? Give us a link.
Okay, well, my website is www.katiemartinmusic.com.
Yes.
And pretty much, like, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, all that stuff, it's Katie Martin Music.
Awesome. Yeah.
And as far as, like, finding the albums, most of them are out on things like iTunes and Amazon, and there's always a Bandcamp for anyone that uses that.
Yes.
I just put the Hope album up on Bandcamp, and it's got, like, the downloads to all the album art, which is not something I've been able to do on the Amazon stuff, obviously.
Yeah, really smart, though.
You're into that.
yeah, but so smart. Well, I always try to put it in the links below, too, and I think somebody already did it for you, but if you want to go back, you can put the links right in the comment, too, because I know people are going to want to find you. It's a great time right now for people to find new music. That is something, that's kind of a plus, so I'm happy to introduce them to my friends, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. I mean, At some point, right? It doesn't sound like a summer NAM situation, but you never know. Maybe back in NAM winter, and I can't wait to hook up with you again. Keep making beautiful music. I love checking in with you today, and I'm happy that you're safe, okay? So thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Bye. That's my friend.
Bye.
That's Katie. She's amazing, right? I love her. Now I have to say goodbye. I know it's
You
a
gotta
sad
say
part.
goodbye.
I gotta hang up. Okay, bye. Whoop. I'm so glad we got to do that. That was just great. She's great. And all these people are so happy that I introduced them to her. So, yes. So we'll definitely, we will put the link here. Katie will probably do it in a minute. Someone will do it. Somebody's already mentioned that her CD, I think, is called Hope CD. And there it is, right up there. Good job, Seth. He's on it. Okay, so one more thing I want to talk about before we say goodnight, and it's important. So we didn't have a charity this evening, but I am honoring the Akilah Dasilva Foundation, and it's a memorial foundation for a young man that lost his life due to an act of violence. And during this time when we're so centered and focused on what's happening with this virus and the lives that it's taking, which is heartbreaking, we still can't really turn a blind eye to the fact that other things have happened, and there are people grieving for many, many other reasons. And this particular situation involves a dear friend of mine and a family that I've grown to know and love. But I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to let my next guest talk about it. So give me 1 second.
Escape. Close, red button.
There we go, right there.
Close that one.
Yep.
Yep, you got it.
Right here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, green button, all the way to the top.
You're so good.
I know, I'm trying.
Okay,
Now, move the cursor over and spacebar.
here we go.
Yep.
Hi, Shaundelle. It's so nice to see your beautiful face today, and I'm glad that you could be with us. I wanted to have you on personally to talk about your event tomorrow, because I figured there was no one better to explain not only why tomorrow is such a significant date, but why you have started this call to action. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing tomorrow live. Tell us what's going on at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow we are reflecting on the lives of the 4 innocent victims that lost their lives at the Waffle House. One of those victims unfortunately, was my son, Akilah Dasilva. So tomorrow is going to be 2 years, and we just want, and we haven't gotten justice, so not yet. The case hasn't started. So we want people not to forget them, and we want to, like I said, remember and honor their lives.
Absolutely. It's hard to believe. I know so many people will be so surprised that it's been 2 years. What are some of the things that you'd like to see happen with this call to action?
Well, it's been 2 years, and there are no laws put in place to prevent this from happening again.
Right.
So that's what we want. We want change. We want action, for the legislators to do their jobs, like to protect us. This is a tragic situation that could have happened to anyone else, not just my family. It could have happened to any other family. And I feel like, they need to do something to prevent this from happening again. They just passed that law where you can purchase a gun. You can, you don't have to have any training. You don't have to, no background check or anything like that. We testified against it, and they still passed it.
I know.
So that tells me, they're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But that's why we're fighting so hard, because, like I said, we haven't gotten justice yet. Yeah.
And you read the details of this case, and it was really so tragic, and it's right here in our backyard, and it didn't have to happen. I'm heartbroken for your family, and I also don't throw this word around lightly. You're heroes. All of you are. You really, truly are. And, you're using this window that you have to, mourning the loss of this beautiful soul, but also trying to make sure that this doesn't happen to someone else. That's very brave. So tell us about this live event. that you're doing tomorrow. Tell us if we click on there, and we'll put the information on my site tonight. But if we click on there, what's this event gonna look like?
We're gonna hear your beautiful voice.
Yes, I'm very honored to be a part of it. Yes, I'll definitely be doing some music for it, and then speakers and.
Yeah, we're gonna have, of course, my pastor is gonna pray and he's gonna, talk, say a few words, and then we're gonna have my family gonna speak. The Olivers, I don't know, they lost their son as well in the Parkland shooting, and they were here a few months ago, like 2 months ago, to see us. So we're gonna include them as well, and then. We are going to have Beth Rock Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, Beth Policymaker. Yes, Beth is going to be here as well, virtually.
I know, right? I know, and this was not what was intended originally, right? We were supposed to be together and be able to hug one another and really, but again, I'm proud of you that you're finding a way to do it because, this has to be spoken about. I'm so sorry for what you've gone through, but I am so grateful to know you because you really are a hero, your whole family.
Thank you, and I want people to be also know about the foundation that we started the foundation in his name, and that's part of us carrying on his legacy. So we're raising funds for scholarships for students at Cambridge High School because that's where he went to school, and just for students that were affected by gun violence. I want to take a different path. So we want to help them get there because we know how it feels to actually go through a situation like this.
I'm so grateful that you were here today. I wish I could have known your son. He seems like someone that I would have gotten along great with. I feel like we would have made.
I think so too.
I do too. I really feel like he and I would have made some music together. But thank you for carrying on, everything about him with your mission. It's really beautiful. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
So that's our friend Shaundelle Brooks, and it's the Akilah Dasilva Foundation, Nature Extreme. I know that they've put some links up. It's a live event that was not supposed to be a virtual event. We were all going to come together and have speakers and not just a memorial that it's been 2 years, which, like I said, is hard to imagine since the Waffle House shooting that happened here in Nashville, but also to talk about ways that we can come together to end hate and to see that this doesn't happen anymore. And so if your hearts are open to checking out this beautiful event, which I know that they are, log on tomorrow. We will see you, I believe it's at 3 o'clock. And it will just be, like she said, a call to action and also a way to remember this young man who lost his life. Beautiful family. So thanks, Shaundelle, for telling us all about that. Okay, this was a wonderful night to spend with you guys. I really, really enjoy this community so much. It feels good to reach out and to know that my people are okay because, like Katie was saying, I would have been seeing them at a music conference, my gosh, or some kind of a show or a house concert or a club or something. So I feel good when I can actually look you in the eye and say, you're okay. For those of us who are hurting because we're losing people, which unfortunately, big shout out to my family in New Jersey, my virtual family. New Jersey and New York is getting hit too, and a lot of people are losing their loved ones, and I've seen in the past couple of days many passing, people's parents not making it because of the virus. So our hearts are with you, and we lift you up tonight in big, big, big prayers. So tomorrow, Earth Day show, it's going to be great. 5 guests, some surprises, some really neat things you want to check out. I'm going to post that poster. Soon. Remember that your vibe attracts your tribe, and we love our tribe. You want to come say goodnight to the people? Come say goodnight to all the people. Thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow night. Thanks, Facebook. Thanks, people. All the people. Love.